Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of class 12, and today we will start with the same chapter, that is international organizations. And previously we had completed up to here, that is challenges to India's inclusion as a permanent member in the UN Security Council. Clear? So today we will start from the topic that why India wishes to be a permanent member in the Restructured Security Council. Restructured Security Council means earlier it was 11 in number, that means 5 permanent members and 6 non-permanent members. So after restructuring the UN Security Council, it was like 5 permanent members, clear, and along with that 10 permanent members will be elected for a period of 2 years. So we will now try to understand that according to the United Nations Security Council criteria, they had given various factors for to be eligible for being a permanent member in their Security Council. Like the particular country should be larger in terms of population, then it should follow democracy, then it should contribute to the UN's budget also. Like there were many criterias that were actually being made to be a permanent member in the UN Security Council. So with that following criterias, we will now try to match that criteria of the country. That means if we take example of a country India, then we would match the criteria if India can match and become a permanent member, is eligible to become a permanent member of the UN Security Council or not. So first point is that it is the world's second most populous country, comprising 1/5 of world population. That means India is the second most populous country after China, and out of the world's population it is what, 1/5. That means 1 part of the 5th of the world's total population. Clear? So according to this, it is almost clear that India is or can be included in as the permanent member. After that, it is the largest democracy. That means it is the world's largest democracy. With 135 crores of population, India becomes what? It is the largest democratic country in the world. So according to the second point also, it matches the criteria. After that, it participated in all UN initiatives. That means what? The UN has actually given so many initiatives and so many programs, and in all the programs we can say that India has actually participated. Clear? After that, long and substantial role in the UN's peacekeeping efforts. So apart from the initiatives that India has participated, it has also have been there with the UN in maintaining what? Peacekeeping efforts. That means if any conflict is going on between two countries, then India has given a helping hand in order to what? In order to resolve that conflict that is between the respective countries. It has also given helping hand to the UN in establishing what? Peacekeeping efforts. After that, economic emergence on the world stage. That means we have read earlier that China and India from the Asian continent are what? Are the fastest growing economy in the world. And according to the criteria also, it was mentioned that it should be, the particular country should be economically stable. After that, regular financial contributions to UN and never faltered on its payment. So if you remember, it was written according to the criteria that the particular country who wants to be the permanent member should regularly give what? Should regularly contribute to the UN or the United Nations financial establishment. So according to that also, India has been a regular financial contribution. That means it is contributing regularly and it has never faltered on its payment. That means suppose if India is making payment yearly, that you can assume that it has never faltered in its payment. That means what? It has never missed payment in any of the consecutive year. It has been successful in maintaining that payment year after other. After that, symbolic importance, that means signifies growing importance in world affairs. So it is also doing what? India is also making its significance actually growing importance in world affairs. That means what? At least many of the member countries in the UN know about the significance or about India or its presence. And after that, last but not the least, advantage in conducting its foreign policy. So whatever the foreign policies are there of India, it has been very much advanced, or you can say that India has been very much successful in maintaining that foreign policy. Clear? So if we match this eligibility criteria of India, then we can surely say that India should be the permanent member in the UN Security Council. But till time, that means till 2020, India has not been promoted to be a permanent member in the UN Security Council. After fulfilling all these criteria, also India has not been promoted. And recently, as I have told you, in the month of June, India has been elected as the non-permanent member, which is totally injustice. By the fact that India is almost fulfilling all its criteria that are needed to be a permanent member in the UN Security Council. But after that also, the United Nations has not promoted India as a permanent member in the Security Council. After that, India's major concerns, the second topic. What are the major concerns that is related to the country India? Number one, composition of Security Council, as it has remained static and General Assembly has expanded considerably. That means what? India is talking about the expansion. Number one concern of India is that the Security Council has not expanded. That means it has remained 15 for a long period of time. That means 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members, and it has not expanded. But on the other hand, the General Assembly, which is also related to the United Nations, has expanded considerably. So why it is much concern about that? If suppose the Security Council seat is increased, then there might be a chance that India can be included as a permanent member. But the permanent members number is limited to 5 only since its existence, which is major concern related to India. The number 2, this has harmed the representative character of Security Council, and this has harmed actually the representative character of the Security Council because of the fact that it has remained 5. That means since its existence, it has 5 permanent members from the year 1945 till date 2020. So from that time to this time, this has not changed, and which is harming what? It is not giving equal representation. Equality is not there. Number 3, believe an expanded council will enjoy greater support, and India is always supporting what? That the council should be expanded. The permanent members number should also be expanded, suppose from 5 to 15 or 5 to 10, and the number of non-permanent members should also be increased from 10 to 20 or to 30. And if this is done, India believes that it will give greater support from all over the world. Then number 4 is, in 1965, members of Security Council became 11 to 15, but number of permanent members remained same. Since then, no change. That means the same thing I have told you in the earlier point also, that it was earlier 11, but in the year 1965, that members of Security Council became 11 to 15. That means it was earlier the non-permanent members were 6, then it was increased to 10. But the permanent members numbers, which were 5 since its existence in 1945 till date, that means till 2020 also, it has remained 5 only. So this will not give what? The equality of representation. So next point is majority of developing countries in UN General Assembly. And India also wants that whatever the developing countries are there, or the third world countries which are not developed fully, So that number of developing countries are there or should be included in the General Assembly. According to India, it is raising concern, or it is also giving its recommendations that whatever the developing countries are there in the world, be it from the Asian continents or from the African continents, the developing countries should also be included in a larger number in the General Assembly. And last but not the least, it is written that so they should also have a role in shaping the decisions in Security Council. And why India is raising its concerns or giving its advice or recommendation that developing countries, be it from any continent of the world, should be included in the General Assembly? Why they are giving this advice? Because of the fact that if this developing countries are included in this General Assembly, that will do what? That will increase the number of member states in the United Nations, and along with that, it will also help in what? It will also help in giving a role, or you can say that they can at least have a say. Whatever they want for their own country or continent, they can at least have a say through the General Assembly. For that reason also, they want that many number of developing countries in the world should be included in the UN General Assembly. After that, three more concerns of India is related to what? The next point, that is supports increase of permanent and non-permanent members. As we have come to know from the previous point also, that India is supporting what? It is giving advice that the number of permanent members should also be increased, which has remained from 5 and it has not changed since 75 years. So India wants that this permanent members numbers, whatever it is there, it should be increased, and along with that, non-permanent members numbers should also be increased. After that, Security Council should have more developing countries in it. And as we know, this is the conclusion of the previous topic, actually previous point, that number one, what India wants, it wants that permanent and both non-permanent members, whatever the numbers of countries are there, that should be increased. Number two, India wants that Security Council should have more developing countries in it. That means developing countries from continents like Asia and Africa, or you can say that any countries that are developing, that are being tag listed as developing countries, they should be included more. And if these developing countries are included more, this will do what? Firstly, they will have more number of member states under the UN General Assembly on the United Nations, and along with that, that particular developing countries can have a say of their problems or advice they can give through the General Assembly if they are included. And number last is that India itself wishes to be a permanent member in the restructured Security Council. So along with that, India also wants what? India wants itself. That means along with the 5 permanent members, India is also thinking or believing that according to all the criteria, because India is fulfilling all the criteria that is given by the UN Security Council, which is actually UN Security Council is giving some criteria, and India is able to fulfill all that criteria. And according to that only, if India is fulfilling all the criteria, India wants that India should be included or should be named as what? Permanent member in the Security Council. Clear? So with that, I will wind up today's topic. And in today's topic, we read about why India wishes to be a permanent member. That means why India should be included. We have read all the eligibility criteria that India has fulfilled, and according to that, we think that India is very much eligible to be included as a permanent member in the Security Council. After that, we have also read about India's major concerns. What are the major concerns of India related to the Security Council? And lastly, we have also made out some conclusion part regarding the major concerns of India, which is number one, India is demanding increase of permanent and non-permanent member seats. Then secondly, it is also giving advice or recommendation to include more developing countries. And thirdly, India itself wants that India should be included as a permanent member in the Security Council. So I hope that whatever the points we have read today, it's now very much clear in your mind. And with that, I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.